While the retail market focused on daily index volatility, institutional smart money quietly executed a massive structural accumulation phase. Our proprietary tracking shows a select group of 12 stocks, each held by over 100 mutual fund schemes, surging up to 105% in just over 6 months of CY26. This isn't retail FOMO, it is a highly coordinated liquidity shift toward high-conviction structural stories. To understand this momentum, we have to look past the surface-level price action. We need to dissect the actual operating engines driving these massive re-ratings. But that is only part of the story. Let's start with Trent, a prime example of a compounder backed by massive institutional flows. Trent's core business moat lies in its highly optimized fast fashion playbook and hyper-efficient inventory turns. By scaling brands like Zudio and Westside, they have built a dominant consumer franchise with unmatched store-level economics. The company does not just sell apparel. They manage a highly responsive supply chain that translates directly to superior asset turns. That is the kind of retail insulation institutional managers pay a premium for. Now let's look at Hindustan Aeronautics, or HAL. Their core value proposition sits at the intersection of national defense and complete domestic monopoly. As India accelerates its indigenization drive, HAL remains the sole domestic integrator for critical fighter jets and helicopters. This defense monopoly provides an incredibly deep moat that insulated their business from external macro shocks. Mutual funds love this profile because it offers long-term visibility that is virtually unmatched in the broader market. But a great moat is only valuable if it translates to real cash on the balance sheet. Here's where the margin metrics become interesting. Looking at recent quarterly filings, we see a structural theme of margin expansion across these institutional favorites. For instance, Bharat Electronics, or BEL, has consistently expanded its operating margins toward the 25% mark. This is not just because of higher volumes. It is a fundamental shift toward high-margin domestic software and system integration. Revenue metrics are showing strong double-digit growth, proving that demand is not slowing down. These expanding margins are acting as a powerful engine for near-term earnings surprises. That is where the financial statement breakdown gets even more compelling. If you look at NTPC, they are executing a massive transition while maintaining incredibly strong operating cash flows. Their regulated return on equity model ensures that cash generation remains highly predictable even as they ramp up capital expenditure. This cash-rich balance sheet structure protects them from rising global borrowing costs. When you have high-yielding assets funding your future growth, your equity becomes incredibly defensive. It's clear that the balance sheets of these 12 institutional favorites are built like fortresses. The next signal comes from management's capital allocation. Across the board, we are seeing incredibly disciplined execution from these management teams. Trent's leadership has shown a masterclass in capital recycling. They fund new store rollouts entirely through internal accruals, avoiding dilutive debt. Meanwhile, HDFC Bank's management is focused on consolidating its post-merger balance sheet, prioritizing profitable deposit growth over market share expansion. This corporate guidance gives institutional investors deep confidence that management is focused on economic value add, not just top-line vanity metrics. But execution strategy must be backed by structural demand. Consider HAL's management commentary. They are guiding for robust execution with an order book exceeding 80,000 crores. They are actively debottlenecking their production lines to ramp up deliveries. This focus on operational efficiency is key. It shows that management is not just sitting on a massive order backlog. They are actively transforming their production capabilities to capture operating leverage. This operational discipline is exactly why mutual funds have kept their conviction so high during this massive run-up. Now look at how the broader sector is reacting. The macroeconomic environment in India is acting as a massive tailwind. We are seeing a multi-year capex cycle driven by both public and private investments. Sectors like defense, renewable energy, and premium retail are growing much faster than the baseline GDP. This systemic tide is lifting high-quality businesses that have established competitive moats. In a high-growth macro environment, companies with strong execution capabilities naturally capture a disproportionate share of the profit pool. The macro picture remains highly supportive. Something important is happening here in terms of domestic liquidity. The mutual fund industry has become a structural force in the Indian equity markets. Monthly SIP inflows are acting as a powerful liquidity cushion. When over 100 mutual fund schemes back a stock, they are committing long-term, sticky domestic capital. This institutional bid creates a strong floor for these equities, protecting them from aggressive foreign portfolio outflows. This structural liquidity shift is fundamentally changing how these high-conviction compounders are valued by the market. That leads us to a bigger question regarding terminal risk. No matter how strong the business moat, valuation cannot be ignored. Many of these 12 darling stocks are now trading at historical extremes. Trent, for example, is trading at price-to-earnings multiples that leave absolutely no room for operational missteps. When a company is priced for perfection, even a minor slowdown in same-store sales growth can trigger sharp capital rotation. As institutional analysts, we must separate great companies from great investment opportunities at current prices. The other structural risk is supply chain dependency and input cost inflation. For engineering and defense giants like HAL and BEL, executing complex projects depends heavily on global supply chains. Any delay in critical engine components or key raw materials can push out revenue recognition by several quarters. Additionally, wage inflation and rising subcontracting costs could put pressure on gross margins. We have to monitor these execution risks closely because any delay in guidance delivery will lead to immediate earnings downgrades by the street. Where does this leave our forward outlook? Despite elevated valuations, the forward earnings visibility for this select group remains exceptionally strong. Many of these companies are sitting on multi-year order backlogs or executing highly predictable retail expansion strategies. If these structural compounders can deliver earnings growth that matches their price run-ups, their valuations will naturally moderate over time. The key is to focus on earnings yield and return on equity trends over a multi-year horizon rather than focusing solely on trailing multiples. Let's apply our institutional tactical framework here. For high-flying names like Trent and HAL, we are currently maintaining a trim consideration stance. This doesn't mean we doubt their long-term structural story. It simply means their near-term valuation risk-reward is heavily skewed. On the flip side, we are putting companies like ICICI Bank and NTPC on our breakout watchlist. These names show strong relative strength, reasonable valuations, and continue to benefit from massive institutional capital rotation. This tactical selectivity is crucial for protecting capital. Ultimately, the lesson here is simple. Following institutional conviction is a powerful strategy, but only when combined with disciplined risk management. Mutual funds provide a fantastic starting point for high-conviction ideas. However, your entry price determines your eventual return profile. As the market navigates this high-valuation environment, Focusing on asset insulation and margin resilience will separate the successful portfolios from the rest. The key is to stay disciplined, track the fundamental metrics, and avoid chasing late-stage momentum blindly. To stay ahead of these institutional trends and receive deep structural analysis, subscribe to SR Money News IN. We constantly track the smart money to bring you institutional-grade research and actionable equity insights. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Are you holding any of these 12 mutual fund favorites, or are you currently looking for capital rotation opportunities? Hit that like button, turn on notifications, and let's keep building long-term wealth together. Thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next analysis.